Hey, welcome. We all see schools as these amazing places for learning, but underneath it all, there are also these unbelievably complex operations. Behind every single lesson, there's a hidden world of logistics, safety checks, and communications. It's a massive machine that doesn't get a lot of attention. So today, we're going to pull back the curtain on that hidden workload and see how a smarter way of handling data can totally transform how a school runs.
So, let me start by asking you a question. And if you're a teacher, an admin, or even a parent, really think about this for a second. On a normal school day, from the moment that first bus pulls up to when the last person locks the doors, how many different things are being tracked, logged, or written down? I bet the number is way, way higher than you think. Would you have guessed this? For most schools, it's somewhere between 50 and 100. And honestly, it's often even more than that. We're talking about student attendance, bus logs, maintenance checks, visitor sign-ins. The list just goes on and on. Trying to manage all of that every single day is a huge, huge challenge. So, how do schools actually handle this insane amount of information? Well, that gets us right to the heart of the problem. It's usually a patchwork of different systems that, when you look closely, create some very real risks that are easy to miss.
It usually starts with something we all recognize, right? Good old paper registers and logbooks, the attendance sheet, the visitor book at the front gate. I mean, they feel official, but they're stuck in one place, they're almost impossible to search quickly, and they can so easily get lost or damaged.
And then, of course, you've got a ton of Excel files. One spreadsheet for the bus routes, a different one for the supply inventory, maybe another one for after-school activities. It's a bit better than paper, sure, but they're often trapped on one person's computer, they're never updated in real time, and trying to pull all that information together is a total nightmare.
Oh, and you know this one, the WhatsApp groups. A quick message pops up, bus 4 is late, or hey, the faucet in the upstairs bathroom is leaking again. It's super fast, I get it, but it's also completely informal. There's no official record of it, zero audit trail, and that one critical piece of information just gets lost in a flood of other messages and emojis.
Now, even schools that try to go digital can run into a different kind of trap. They might have a fantastic app for tracking attendance, but a totally separate system for the library, and maybe another one for fee payments. And guess what? None of them talk to each other. So you've just swapped your paper silos for digital ones.
And when you piece all of this together, the consequences are pretty serious. This jumble of paper, files, and chats means nobody has the full picture. That's fragmented visibility. There's no real-time accountability because you don't know if something's been done until somebody remembers to tell you. Your audit trail is weak, if it even exists. And the whole system relies on a few key people remembering to do their part. It's really a system running on hope, not on solid ground.
Okay, but what if there was a better way? It doesn't have to be like this. This is where we flip the script and talk about the solution. It's about a huge shift in thinking, a move towards what's called digital governance.
But let's be super clear here. This isn't just about downloading a few more apps. Digital governance is a strategy. It's about taking all those scattered manual things people do and putting them into one central digital system. Every single action, a signature, a check mark, a report, becomes a digital record. It's assigned to a specific person or role, it gets a timestamp, and it creates an audit trail that can't be changed. It's all about building one single source of truth.
And the difference this makes is just night and day. You go from scattered paper and files to centralized digital records. Instead of just informal, hey, can you do this, processes, you get structured workflows based on people's roles. Information isn't delayed anymore, you see it happen in real time. And accountability, it goes from being murky and unclear to being backed by a clear, undeniable digital trail. It's a total transformation from chaos to clarity.
Now that all sounds great in theory, right? But what does it actually look like when the rubber meets the road? Let's dive in and see how this approach completely reimagines a school's daily operations one area at a time.
Okay, let's start with the school bus. Instead of a driver with a clipboard, imagine digital attendance taken right on the bus. The school office knows in real time the exact moment the bus leaves and arrives. Parents get an instant notification on their phone when their child is safely on board or dropped off. You even have digital logs for safety checks on the bus itself and one central place to report any incidents. This gives parents huge peace of mind and gives the school a rock-solid compliance record.
And what about the campus itself? The same idea applies. Daily cleaning and washroom checks become digital checklists that have to be ticked off. Any teacher or staff member can spot a broken light or a plumbing issue and report it instantly from their phone.
You have a perfect, searchable record of every time the AC was serviced, so when an inspector shows up unannounced, you're not running around looking for papers, you have a complete, time-stamped history of everything, ready to go.
And security? This is where it gets really powerful. Every single person, parent, vendor, guest speaker is logged in digitally, so you have a clear record of who is on campus at any given moment. You can even pre-approve visitors so their entry is smooth. And just as important, the system logs when they leave. This creates a traceable, time-stamped record for every person who sets foot on your grounds, which is a massive boost for campus safety.
Now, when you start making these changes in transport, in maintenance, in security, when you do it across the board, something much bigger starts to happen. You stop just fixing individual problems, and you start building a truly connected, well-governed campus.
For school leaders, this is the real prize. You get strong governance across the whole school. You improve accountability without having to micromanage everyone, because the system itself tracks the work. You dramatically reduce your operational risk, you are always ready for an inspection, and this is critical, the school keeps 100% ownership and control over its own private data.
And this quote just hits the nail on the head. It's what every principal or director dreams of, right? The power to see, in real time, exactly what's going on all over campus, without having to stand over everyone's shoulder. It's about building trust and empowering your team, all on a foundation of solid, reliable data. So, we'll end right where we started, with one last question for you to think about. Right now, at your school, is your data a scattered liability, creating all these hidden risks? Or is it a centralized, strategic asset that helps you build a safer, a more efficient, and a more accountable school? Because as we've seen, making that shift from one to the other, well, it can make all the difference in the world.